Hey guys, it's Ashley. I've been getting suggestions to do a video post, so I decided I would do so. And I've been getting a lot of messages lately about how I find a kind of like sense of peace and happiness in my life, and I just thought I would share my story with you guys about how I find this sense of like serene, calm feeling throughout my day, intermixed with the ed thoughts. So, throughout my eating disorder, there have been times where I've had my own thoughts and then I've still had the disordered thoughts. And I truly believe that I'll probably have those disordered thoughts forever, but it's how I handle them that will, make me prosper in my life. So, in the beginning of my recovery, I intermingled those two thoughts. I took my eating disorder thoughts and I took my thoughts, and I would try to recover, but I would still, act upon those eating disordered thoughts. Like, say I would wake up and my eating disorder would tell me to just have, yogurt with granola or something for breakfast, but I really wanted like toast with peanut butter with that. But I would kind of like listen to my eating disorder and either have like the smallest piece of toast in the bag or something, or like have half a piece of toast, because like I didn't fully let what I wanted through, you know what I mean? Because I would have the disorder like on my back or on my shoulder telling me what to do. And, this would happen throughout my entire day. Like, say I would want to relax by the pool with my parents. I wouldn't be able to do that because my eating disorder would tell me to go for a walk after I ate a snack. So, as I was trying to recover, I was still butting heads with the eating disorder. I mean, I was just like, I was running into a brick wall because I couldn't find a sense of happiness. Like, I was like, well, I'm recovering, I'm eating more, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm not obsessively exercising or anything like that. Yet again, now that I reflect on it, I see that I was adding in those eating disorder thoughts and my thoughts, and it just wasn't allowing me to recover. It's like, in recovery, I feel like, of course, there are moments where you're going to have eating disorder thoughts and you're going to let them through a little bit, but I think that those moments where that happens is what makes me realize that I want recovery even more. After moments where I feel like I'm not acting for myself, I find that I feel really guilty and I feel really upset and frustrated at myself that I didn't let my own, wants and desires to shine through. I let my disorder do that. And I feel like I spent the past 4 years letting my eating disorder control me. That why wouldn't I let myself control me? You know what I mean? Like, why can't I let myself control the disorder if I'm trying to recover? So I see people on Tumblr and they struggle a lot with finding, their eating disorder and kind of cutting their eating disorder thoughts out. So in my opinion, this is what I've done. I wake up in the morning and I kind of act on my own. Like, I'll have the disordered thought and, say he'll tell me not to put milk in my coffee or something. So I'll go into the other room and I'll think to myself and say, what really is putting milk in my coffee going to do to me? Like, I've done it before. Just because my disorder doesn't want it today doesn't mean I'm not, doesn't mean that I don't truly want it. It means my disorder doesn't want it. So, like, for instance, yesterday I was sitting by the pool and it was after I'd eaten my snack and I was so full, but I really wanted to just relax because I was just tired. I had a long week at work, but my disorder was telling me that I was fat and I was full and that my stomach was going to bloat or my stomach was going to, grow because I was so full from my snack and I wasn't standing up or walking around or something like that. And I was sitting there and I looked down at my stomach and I said to myself, I'm not fat. I'm not. And I don't think I ever will be. I'm happy with my body. I'm happy with who I am. Why can't I just feel that way? Why do I let one thought affect my entire body image? My body still looks the same whether I have those thoughts or whether I don't have those thoughts. So why would I let that thought make me think that my body looks different? You know what I mean? It's like I've let so many things like affect my life for these past 4 years that it's really just time for me to live. It's time for me to look at my body and say, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter how full I am, no matter what kind of bad day I've been having, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what external factors affect me, it's like I still have to love myself to be able to, make it through my day. Like, you know what I mean? I have to stay strong for myself and nobody else. And no matter how many times I have the disordered thoughts, I have to think to myself, like, do I want this to be the rest of my life, or do I want this to be, over and done with? And do I want to like make my life what I want it to be? You know what I mean? Do I want to be happy and healthy and have a goal for myself instead of achieving this impossible goal that Ed has set out for us? Because I found like while I was struggling, no matter how many times I looked at the scale and lost weight, it didn't mean anything to me. So right now I feel happier than ever seeing that like I'm gaining weight, and I'm not only gaining weight, I'm gaining priorities, I'm gaining, you know, a job, I'm gaining friends, I'm gaining activities, like I'm gaining so much stuff instead of just weight, that why would I think to myself that gaining weight is a bad thing? Because that's not the only thing I'm gaining by gaining weight. So here's just what I want to say to you girls, like being happy and making your own decisions and doing things that will define you as an individual without the disorder is literally one of the best feelings in the world. Like knowing that I have things to do outside of my meals now instead of just, you know, thinking about it and regretting it and things like that. It's so freeing. It's like you eat and then you live, and then you're hungry and then you eat, and then you go out and live a little more. And it makes living so much better, because when you're fueled for your activities, or when you're, you know, after you eat, like sometimes when you eat something and it tastes really good, you're like, wow, that was awesome. And you just want to go out and just tell everyone about what you just ate. And I mean, when I go tell people about what I just ate, they're like, wait, what? Like, what is that? But anyway, it's just like, just being able to gain a life and gain a soul is so incredibly, I even get this feeling in my chest right now. It's just so freeing. And I promise you girls, it's so worth it. Getting past the bloating, getting past the digestion issues, getting past, you know, the minimal intake, getting past all of these things, it is so worth it. I promise. So I just want to tell everyone, stay strong. And I seriously have so much faith in you girls, and thank you so much for even taking an attempt to look at my blog. So I love you girls, and I hope you have a good night, and please just take my advice. I promise you, it's just to have a smile on your face all day is probably one of the best things ever. And just, you know, living through it and knowing that this is life, and life is going to throw you so many challenges, but you just have to keep knocking them down. And the disorder is only the first challenge. All right, girls, it's only the first. How are we supposed to, like, you know, handle the next if we can't just get past the first? So live on to tell your story and make it a good one and make it a good recovery. And it really does not have to be as bad as people say it is. Some people say that recovery is so hard. I mean, it is very hard, and there's no doubt in that. But some people say it's like, you know, sad and things like that. But why make it sad? It can be so exciting and happy to be gaining life. You know what I mean? It's such a great term to gain life. It just feels like you're starting all over again. So why not start all over again? All right, girls, have a good night.